everyone, and welcome to another episode of Los Banos Talk. My name is Justin Collins, and today I have a special guest with me, Coach Jeremy Siemiller from Pacheco High School Panthers football team. And he's going to talk to me today about the recent crosstown clash that just happened between Pacheco High School and the LB Tigers. And so, without further ado, I'm going to allow him to introduce himself.
Hey guys, Coach Siemiller here, Pacheco Panthers. Been here, got hired on as the head coach here a couple of years ago. This is my second year as the head coach over here. Past 11 seasons, I was over at Los Banos High School and made my way over here to get the opportunity to be a head coach here in town. Opportunity presented itself, I jumped on it. So this is my second year here building this program, trying to get it to be one of the best ones around.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much. And thank you for coming on the show and talking to us about this. We're going to talk about what it meant to the kids as far as getting to play a game again after the lockdown. And we're also going to talk about and show some of the highlights and special things that happened during the game in just a moment, right after a brief message from our sponsor.
So a lot of people ask what our academy has to offer. First and foremost, we're a martial arts academy. We have a very structured curriculum. Parents always ask me, why should we bring our children here? Like, what can you have to offer us? And, I've been teaching probably since I was 13 years old. And I knew that I always wanted to do martial arts. I solely focus on teaching and trying to be the best mentor and just inspire today's youth through kicking and punching.
And we're back. Thanks for watching. So, Coach C. Miller, tell us a little bit about what this was like for you guys. I mean, in terms of you came back, right? It's been a long time since you've been allowed to play. And I know a lot of people work really hard. They look forward to this. This means a lot to them. And so I'm really kind of wanting to hear from you as like the coach. How did it feel getting to come back and play a game after such a long time?
It was good, especially for the young players. We were hoping during this fall that we were going to start up in January. I mean, we had been practicing basically September through November, almost right before Thanksgiving break, and then everything just got shut down on us. We were anticipating having a season in January, and then when all the new guidelines came out and stuff like that, with the colored tiers and everything, it kind of looked like it wasn't going to happen. When the CIF released, the different tiers for the different sports, football was way down in the orange tier, and we figured there was no way that it was going to happen at all this year. Like we thought we weren't going to get to the orange tier before school got out. Um, but then, like last month, governor came out and said that outdoor sports, contact sports could be played in the red tier as long as certain protocols were followed. So we have to be tested. We have to be tested weekly. Every Saturday, all of our players have to take a COVID test. Um, Being that our county was not under 14 up until this week, we also had to be tested 48 hours prior to the games. So our players and coaches all were tested every Saturday and Wednesday, or this last Wednesday, in order to play in the game. But it was just kind of like a spur of the moment thing. The governor came down and said this can be done. Our district jumped on it and set up the testing. And usually you got, a springtime and a summer to get ready for your first game and a scrimmage. And we basically had to cram everything into 3 weeks to get ready for our first contest. So it was hard on the kids, but at the same time, they were grateful to be out there, especially the seniors. They thought they weren't going to get to play at all. And now they are able to play 5 games, which for a lot of them, if football is the only sport they play, it means quite a bit to them.
Right. I actually did an article on that subject. It actually didn't happen. It happened like really recently. And basically, there was a lawsuit, and then there was a settlement between Governor Newsom and the youth sports advocates. And basically, the decision was is that they would be allowed to play with certain regulations, and then the state is actually the one that's providing the funding for the testing and stuff, and it's for a
Correct.
couple of sports, and one of which is football. and then our district held a special meeting on it and got a contract for the testing. Did that pretty quickly. So yeah, we went from that being allowed to actually doing it pretty quick. Like basically from the time it was okayed to the time you guys started, like 2 weeks
Yeah.
less. So it's actually pretty fast. So let's talk a little bit about the game then. Let's go over some of the highlights, some of the special moments.
All right. So on this play, we just have our basic called ISO left on this. Our running back, TJ Jenkins, this is his first year playing. He's a senior, mainly a basketball player. So this was his first time ever playing. First time we had the ball, broke out on a pretty nice run right there. He's one kid that stepped up. I mean, he's a basketball player, not sure if we're going to get a basketball season. He decided to come out and play some football. So he's doing football and track right now. And he really impressed me on Friday night, just being the first time ever playing in a varsity game as a senior. So this was one of his bigger runs of the night. All right, this here is going to be another run by TJ. ISO right, basically the same play to the right-hand side. Again, he hits the hole quick. You can kind of see his quickness and elusiveness. Only thing I wish he would have done on this play is bounced it out instead of cutting back in and used his speed to get to the outside. But again, another nice gain for us from him.
Nice.
Okay, on this one, play right here, LB tries to run a swing play out to the right-hand side. Basically, our corner, Amari Grace, comes up. It's one-on-one with him and Logan Borchard out in the flat. Amari doesn't make that tackle. He's probably getting at least another 10 yards. Stopped him for no gain. So that was pretty big on this play, just to hold him. It was a first down play. Again, just stopped him for no gain, which was big, making an open field tackle like that.
Alrighty.
This play right here was a pretty big turning point. Los Banos was driving on us. Our defense stepped up, got the running back to cough up the ball. We wound up recovering the fumble. Turnovers turned out to be pretty big in this game. This was the first one that we got. Again, pretty big for our defense. Made them cough up the ball. We recovered, and we're able to drive back down the other way. This was another situation. We had to punt the ball, but again, turnovers played a big part in this game. This was just a punt. Our center, Andy Rascone, just busted his butt downfield. The receiver bobbled the ball right there. Andy tackled him. And then I believe Manveer Gackle is the one that came up with this fumble. But again, should have been their ball. We got the ball on our field. I mean, on our side of the field, their side of the field. I'm sorry. And I think we went down the score after this muff, which was big.
Nice.
Yeah, on this play right here, we had a counter called to Amari Grace, set up by a nice kick-out block here by our guard, Silva, and then we got the big man pulling out in front of him. That was a 2nd and 14, and we wind up picking up close to 20 yards on that one, which was big. It helped with the momentum of the game. Flipped field position. We went from our side of the field to theirs. So yeah, this was a big play for us throughout the game. We ran it a few times for a couple big gains.
All right.
On this play right here, they just got a run to their left, our right. Johnny Bravo and Julius Gandy come through to hit him in the backfield. So you guys can see it winds up being a 5-yard loss, puts them in a 3rd and long situation, which is very, very beneficial for us.
One thing I'm seeing throughout, all the clips that we've been watching so far, it seems like really where you guys are shining is really your defense.
Yeah, I've got 9 seniors back on defense. So our defense was going to be our strong point this year. Like, we were relying on our defense. I've got a bunch of young guys on offense. Pulled up 6 sophomores. I've only got, I think, 2 or 3 seniors on the offensive side of the ball. So defense is definitely our strong point this year.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
This play right here was probably the main turning point in the game. There was about 30 seconds left in the first half. LB was driving. Tangata Tuitopo comes here. He basically intercepts the ball right out of the quarterback's hands. And then he sprints 50 yards for the touchdown. This play was huge because instead of LB potentially being up 7-0 at halftime, we get this touchdown and then the 2-point conversion, as you will see on the next one, that basically put us up 8-0 going into the half. So this was a huge play just because we went into the half with the lead rather than losing.
So it's right here.
No, it's way back to he's off screen. Like, go back just a little bit. So the number 5 coming in right there, you can see him. He jumps up right in the quarterback's face, and he basically catches the ball right when the quarterback releases it. Like, he takes it, and so the cameraman thinks the ball's going downfield.
Right. And
then he
this way, but really
caught it, and he has to go back to it.
I see that. Yeah. So then he goes back. He's like, wait, what's going on over here?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that play was awesome because he was only like a yard away from the guy, and he basically caught the ball. He hit it, and then he caught it when the ball was falling down and went the rest of the way.
So I'm going to go back on this one because this one's a really cool one.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, this one's pretty cool here because the camera guy doesn't quite get it, but I think we're going to try to see how much we can catch. Right here, we see number 5. He's moving in, and he's basically going to kind of like intercept it, kind of like Shaq style.
Yeah.
Not in my house. Takes it and then goes for it. But the camera's going to go the other way because it's anticipating it went there.
Yeah.
But really, right, I think I can catch it.
So right there, the ball's coming out of his hands. Like, yeah, you can see the ball right in between the two of them right now.
Right there is where you can catch it.
He catches it right there.
I wonder if I can. Yeah, I can't quite get the shot where he actually intercepts it, but we know from this point, obviously he has it because then we see him right now running down the field with it. Yeah, there he is. Yep, number 5. Yep. That's pretty good right there. I mean, yeah, your defense is like really strong. I mean, even here you scored points, on the defense. And then you also, we just showed another turnover earlier.
Yeah, no, yeah. This game, actually, our defense scored just as much as our offense. Our defense scored a touchdown. Our offense scored a touchdown. So it was good. All right, this is right after Tangata's interception. We're just lined up, go for 2. Basically a toss out to the left. Let our running back, Mauro Rodriguez, just use his speed to get to the corner, and wound up getting it. Really big for us. Again, put us up 8-0 with 30 seconds left in the half. This game could have easily been 7-0 them, but our defense stepped up and gave us the lead going into half.
Nice. So yeah, you guys opted for this. You didn't want to go for the field goal.
Honestly, this year, being that we only had a limited time, I didn't even put in a field goal or anything this year. We're basically going for 2 every time we score. Like, being that we had a limited practice, I didn't even want to waste time trying to put in a field goal or special teams unit like that. So kind of made the decision for these 5 games we're playing, we're just going to go for 2 every single time. And if it's 4th and short, we're probably going to go for it as well instead of punting the ball.
Yeah, because you guys haven't really had as much prep time as you normally would.
Yeah, no. Like I said, we had a total of 14 practices before we were our first game. And usually you have a full summer and then you have a scrimmage before your first game. And yeah, we had to cram as much as we could. And this offense we're running is a brand new offense that we just installed. So I wanted to focus my attention on trying to run this new offense rather than special team stuff.
Very good.
So this play right here, Los Banos had just scored a touchdown, made the score 8-6. They went for 2. And again, Johnny Bravo came up huge, stuff in the runner in the backfield. Again, big play because instead of them being tied with us 8-8 right now, we still have the lead 8-6 after they scored their touchdown. So this right here is just coming off of Los Banos' score. It's their kickoff, and big momentum swing again. Amari Grace gets the ball around the 15, breaks it out to the left here, set up good by his blockers. Then he just uses his speed to get out here. We get down to about the 35-yard line. But again, a huge return because they had just scored. This sets us up with great field position. And then we go down and we score right away. So it was great for the momentum aspect of the game. This just put the ball right back in our court, basically.
Yeah, I mean, this return, you guys seriously, I mean, you got all the way back to the 35. I mean, that's huge. You're pretty much already in scoring position again.
Yeah. All right, this play right here, right after our kickoff, we just do a QB keeper, let him follow his fullback up into the hole. This kid, Daniel Rivas, he's a real tough kid. I love the way he runs the ball when he has it. You can see at the end of this run, he doesn't just go down, he drops his shoulder and punishes the guy trying to tackle him.
Yeah, you guys, it looks like you guys picked up about what, 10 yards there? You guys were on the 35, I think.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. Yeah, so that sets us up good. We're at 2nd and 1 now. And so basically the whole playbook is open. I can call whatever I want after this. So on this play, we saw that they were bringing their outside backer all night, number 30. So I just told my quarterback to roll out and dump it off to our tight end, Julius Gandy, out into the flat. And he basically makes the rest of it happen on his own. He had a big play last year, similar to this on 4th down, where he spun off a tackle. This year, it just happened to be for a touchdown. But he's a big kid. We just got it out to him and told him to do his thing. He makes a great move right here, spins off those tackles, gives us our 2nd score of the night. So this play right here is basically our 2-point conversion. I called the exact same play as we did on the last one, the toss. Our running back makes a great read right here and realizes he can't get all the way to the outside. So he reads his block from his fullback and cuts it up inside and then lowers his shoulder to get the final yard and get into the end zone for our 2-point conversion.
Yeah, right there, he gets right past him.
Yep.
I can't see the number here, but he gets right past him.
Yeah, number 52 there. Yeah, this again, Mauro Rodriguez, but he read that perfectly the way we drew it up. We tell him if you can't get outside, put your shoulder down and get upfield. And he does. And then the last yard or 2 yards, he goes through like 2 guys to get into the end zone. Again, this was huge because it put us up 16-6 and basically made it a 2-score game. Los Banos can no longer tie us with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They would have to score twice to tie us or take the lead.
Yeah, your guy does do a really good job of running the ball. The way he runs it, he did the same thing on the other play.
Mm-hmm. He's a tough runner, this kid right here. All right, another big play by our defense here. LB sitting at 4th and 4. They choose to go for it. As you guys see, we're basically bringing almost everyone up. But again, our guy, that's Abel Bravo right there. He's a freshman that we got playing varsity right now since we don't have a JV team. So little freshman making it in and making the tackle in the backfield. Huge for us. Again, on this play, 4th and 4, we stop them. Instead of them driving, we're getting the ball back and heading down the other way. So on this play right here, it's a trap. Our guard, Caden Hale, makes a great kick-out block here. Amari gets up inside that. This was a 2nd and 1. We gained 11 yards on it. Kind of the way this offense is designed, just to take little chunks at a time, and then every now and then a bigger play will spring. And this just happened to be a good one, and that's what we want. Get all the way up to the safeties, and we'll take it every time.
Can't read his number, but this guy here, he did a pretty good job with the fake.
Yeah,
Looks like he got 1 or 2 of the other guys actually to come for him for a minute.
And that's the design of it, is to make these linebackers flow this way, and then before they know it, the ball's going back the other way. That's kind of the design of the play. It's to make those 2 guys in the middle, number 24, number 7, make them think the ball's coming this way. By the time they realize it's going the other way, the guy's already at them or by them.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of them fell for it.
Yep, yep. All right, another big play by one of our guys out in the flats. This one is Isaac Solis, one of our seniors. The ball gets out there. It's basically one-on-one. He's got to make that tackle. He wraps the guy up, throws him down for no gain. Again, he had blockers out in front of him. So if Isaac doesn't make that tackle, he's probably gaining at least another 10, 15 yards before we're able to stop him. It was just a big play for no gain. Again, really helped us out defensively.
Yeah, I mean, it really is something what I'm seeing really throughout this whole game. I mean, your defense is really shining.
Yeah.
And it really sticks with it there. Number 42, it looks like.
Yes.
Yeah, he really sticks on him.
So right here we got a big sack from Tangata. He comes through. I think quarterbacks was having flashbacks of the interception he threw to him in the first half. Decides to pull it down this time. But Tommy wraps him up for a big loss. Again, anytime you could get a sack on first down, that's huge. Putting them behind the sticks, second and long, is a big advantage for our defense because we can open it up and do a lot more things.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it looks like they lost about maybe like 6 yards there or so. They went from like the 25 to maybe like, or
Yeah,
no, maybe like,
about 4 or 5 yards.
yeah, 4 or 5. It's like from like the 25 to like the 22.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
But yeah, defense is really coming in strong this game.
Yes. So this play right here, first possession of the game for Los Banos, it's 3rd and 9. Try to get a swing flat or a swing route out into the flat. Johnny Bravo comes up and just lays the wood on this kid. Kind of sets the precedent for the game. That was kind of our idea. We wanted to come out and let them know our defense was for real. He did a great job of that on this play. Put them into a 4th and long situation where they had to punt the ball to us. So this was big for the opening drive and a way to set the tone for the rest of the game.
Let's see if I can catch it right here. Yeah, I think at this point he's kind of like, oh crap. And I think he's worried about being sacked. He kind of like forgets about the ball for a minute and kind of just protects
So
himself.
the very next frame is the best one where you see him fold like that. That's the best. When you see him fold over, that's when you know you got a good one. Is when you see.
Oh yeah, you got straight over. Like speared.
Yeah, like Goldberg. Goldberg spear back in the day. So this right here was right after Julius caught the ball, going in for our second touchdown of the night. He made a nice spin move on the guy trying to tackle him, and you can see in the background he makes the LB players fall over themselves with that spin move. Real good feat for a big man. Was able to spin, get us into the end zone for the second touchdown of the night. This is just a follow-up to that right after he scored, coming back to greet his teammates. This one right here is when Morrow lowered his shoulder. We called 29 toss. He had to cut it upfield, lower his shoulder on 2 defenders to get into the end zone to give us that 2-point conversion and put us up 16-6. This is just a great feeling after the game. Trophy gets presented to us. All the players get to huddle around. I've been blessed. This is the second time in my second year coaching that we've got to win. So we went back to back with this. Really big for the seniors. They got to win both as juniors and seniors. So they've got to experience it twice, and hopefully we continue on with many more in the future. This made me think of it. So one of the things I am grateful for too is my kids get to experience this with me. So my son was the ball boy. You can see him down in the left-hand corner there with the white on. He got to be the ball boy for the game, which is, it's nice to have him on the sideline. And then in the next picture, my daughter was our water girl. She just soaks it all in too. So she got to be out there with me. And this is just me talking to the team after the game, telling them what's good, what was kind of bad, explaining that we had to get together for testing the next morning. But it's just nice to have my kids out there with me. Like when things start to go bad, I walked over and talked to my son a couple times during the game, and it was just cool to have him on the sideline with me. And then that's just the trophy that we play for every year. This is our I want to say this is our 10th time playing. Second time with me as the head coach. And so we got a lot more to do after this.
So I mean, I'm assuming seems kind of obvious, but I'm guessing Morningstar bought this trophy.
Yeah, so Morningstar basically is the sponsor of the game. They paid for this trophy. Yeah, so it's the Morningstar Trophy. That's what we play for, the Tomato Trophy. They sponsor the Crosstown Clash. Yeah, so they're the ones that paid for this trophy to be made. And then, yeah, just another picture of us celebrating after the victory.
All right, so Coach Siemiller, is there anything else you'd like to let the audience know before we conclude this?
Yeah, it is just want to emphasize how important this was for the seniors to be able to get back out and play, especially when they thought they weren't going to get to have a season. This next game, when we got coming up on Friday night, we're playing Patterson. That is our senior night. So these seniors are going to be recognized. Due to the protocols, though, we can have limited capacity in our stadium. Players are only allowed 2 tickets per player. So other ways to watch, if you guys are interested, is the NFHS network. You guys are able to get on there. I believe it's like 10, maybe $20 to subscribe to it, which is basically the cost of 2 tickets, but then you would be subscribed for the rest of the season. So our away games that we got coming up as well, you guys would be able to tune into those. So we got Patterson coming up, and then we travel to Modesto to play Johansson. Then we go to series back-to-back. We play series in Central Valley. And those are our 5 games that we got for this season. After that, we basically get a month off, and then we start right back up at the end of May with like our spring ball and getting ready for our season that will hopefully take place in August. But it's good for our kids. I'm glad they get to get back out there and play, especially our seniors. And then it's also good for these young kids that are getting a chance to experience some varsity football, and it'll help us build for next year and get ready for the upcoming season in August.
Great. Yeah, and I'm thinking that 2022 will probably be your first like normal season again. Or maybe fall. Maybe fall this year might be kind of normal. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. At least might still need to be masked up, but hopefully we get to get fans back in the stadium again. It's not just 2 per person. That is one thing. It was kind of eerie on Friday night. Usually the Crosstown Clash, you're used to it being loud, loud, loud. And there were times Friday night when you can hear a pin drop. Like it was just like dead silent in the stadium. So it was different, both from a coaching perspective and I'm sure from a player's perspective. You're used to it being loud, and just to be out there and be dead silent, it was kind of weird. So hopefully August we're able to get back to having full stadiums and stuff like that.
Great. And I hope so as well. Well, thank you so much, Coach Simo, for coming on my show. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime.
If you haven't already, please like, follow, subscribe to Los Banos Talk. We have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and of course, losbanostalk.com. You can become a supporter of Los Banos Talk for just $4.99 a month and get all the videos first and ad-free. Once again, my name is Justin Collins, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.